Hopefully tonight we won't have internet issues.
I don't know. We might start off with internet issues. I don't even see live chat coming on. So
Hopefully.
I hope everybody is got us on the live feed. Good evening. Good evening.
It's showing on yours, isn't it? It's registering, but it's just not registering on the computer.
There we go. I think we're coming now.
Yeah, but it's still not showing the live chat. Is it?
Did we do something wrong? We're trying to get it set up, guys.
What does pop out chat mean? Y'all help us out. What does pop out? Well, we can't read it. What does pop out chat mean?
Pop out chat means it pops out here, but I don't even see it. Oh, there it is. At least we see it. You
might have to just slide it over.
Yeah. All right, we're trying to get it all set up. For us to be millennials, we're absolutely terrible.
We are not computer.
There we go.
All right, you can start saying hey to everybody.
I've missed like 20 people already. Big Dave, what's up? Grammy Karen.
We only have 20 people on.
Old Lady Delaney. Katie, how are you? Miss Penny, Phyllis, Kim, Miss Darlene, Miss Joy. I know I missed somebody. And Miss Diane at Justice Acres.
Yeah, how are you?
Okay, they said they can't hear it. Can you hear us, y'all? Let me know if you can hear us.
Can't hear you. Can everybody else hear us?
It's showing we have volume, so let me know if you can hear us. Okay, Katie can hear us. So, Miss Diana, you may want to check. I don't know. I think I can.
Turn your volume up on the side of your phone.
I don't put anything past us.
I guess everybody else can.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything past us either.
I'm serious. Last week was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was.
If you watched our live last week, I'm so sorry. Jen Botho, how are you? Welcome.
Miss Stacy, how are you? Latoya, how are y'all?
Hey, Wendy. So it's good. We're letting everybody get it. It'll be good. Hey, I can't complain. We've had some pretty days, y'all.
Yes, we have.
After all the storms we've had some pretty days. We had one more bad day after the last video, but it's I'm glad to have some pretty sun.
No.
Hey, Vincent. Hey, Miss Charlotte.
Don't be trying to give it away.
Hey, Miss Mariah.
Don't give no hint.
Hey, don't you tell. You don't give any hints. Hey, 5 Man, what's up, man?
No, seriously, tomorrow's video is coming out. Kind of gut wrenching. So
yeah, one more bad video, guys. One more bad video.
Y'all don't want to miss it.
5M, we received some things from you, and we have a surprise coming back to you.
All boxed up.
Boxed up. I know. I need to. I'm sorry. It's coming to you. I promise you.
Y'all, it's really. I was telling Colby this afternoon. I was like,
we don't stop, man.
I seriously cannot get caught up. Like, and not to whine or complain. Like, I was just telling him, like, I feel like I cannot get caught up from when I get up to when I go to bed, whether it's outside stuff, cooking and cleaning, doing laundry, watering, planting, moving something, feeding something, selling something. Like, I literally, I feel like I cannot get caught up.
When we went to Destin and did the live, when we come back and we hit the springtime here, it's
nonstop.
It is absolutely nonstop,
which is a great thing because we're able to do it. It keeps us busy. It's great for our homestead. I mean, just, it's a great thing. It's a great, I wouldn't say problem. How would you say that? It's a great experience.
Conundrum.
I don't know. I don't use big words.
Conundrum.
But I'm just saying,
I see a lot of people say it's cold. Yeah, y'all need to take that back because it's cold here. I wore
our gardens are so confused.
Yeah, I wore insulated bibs the last 4 days of milking.
I was telling
hey, Rosanna,
when we were walking out around out there, I said, I don't think anything is grown. Like, I think
it's just cold.
Just stopped. Like, we planted it and it grew a little bit and then it just stopped.
Yes, we are in the normal spot and we are on the right side. When we actually went upstairs before we actually started, I was like, we're opposite too, so that's going to throw people for a loop. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Yeah, so it was like, I think the height of the day was like 55 here. Now, that is absolutely nuts in Mississippi.
The sun was shining, and it was really nice, but it was kind of cool.
Yep. So, but we've been selling a lot of eggs. We've been incubating a lot of our turkey, ducks, and chicken eggs. But Misty has been selling a lot. We've got 4 incubators, and they're full. So we've been selling a lot of our turkey eggs because we don't want those to go to waste because y'all know that turkey eggs only lay for a season. I think Stacy's on here. Hey, Logan. Hey, Stacy. Stacy, I think, bought some turkey eggs from you, didn't she?
She did.
So she got some. I hope they do well, Stacy.
She candled them on her last time.
Hey,
She
Miss
put
Linda, thank you for that.
water in her incubator for the humidity, and she said they have veins. It's always exciting when you're incubating something and you go back and you see which ones are good and which ones aren't good.
Actually, I agree. We are so not used to this cool weather. We were this a while ago. I was moving hay, and it was actually cold. And I was thinking, man, I don't think I ever remember it actually being cold in April. I don't, or cool
not
at
this
all.
Cool.
I mean,
No,
I've
not
never
this
seen it
cool.
like this.
We're usually full blown swimming every day
Yeah,
by the
true.
end of April, and it is way,
Usually
way,
it's
way
scorching
too
hot
cool.
already. We actually are gonna have to replant our corn. We're fixing to replant our corn probably tomorrow or the next day, just because with all the rains and winds and coolness we've had, our corn is just really not done junk. So we're gonna replant our corn tomorrow, and we actually got to fill in some holes for the peas too.
Yeah, I think the crow got a lot of that though. I'm telling you.
I don't know. It was terrible all the way around.
He was out there for like 2 full days before I went out there and actually
I need a haircut. Give me a haircut my hair. You can cut my hair. She don't like cutting my hair, but I actually like her cutting my hair.
I don't like cutting the guy's hair at all.
She needs to cut it though. It's terrible.
I really don't.
It's long. Hey, Miss Irene, how are you?
He forced me to twisting my arm and everything.
Hey, if you go back and watch the quarantine hair don't care video,
I have never cut hair.
That was the first time she ever cut hair.
Besides the girls, I mean, I would brush theirs back and give them just a tiny little trim on their ends.
She did good.
So I was okay with that. He was like, you have to like shape it up and trim it here and use this number here and this number here. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
My hair is so nappy. You see, it's just nappy. So I told her, you can't really mess it up because it just goes every which way anyway. So you might as well go after it.
It's hard. Like, and his mom cuts hair for a living. And I've told her so many times, like, I need you to come teach me how to cut hair. Because I can cut it, but I cannot.
Big Dave says you need to cut it during the live. Hey, I'm
would
totally
make me
good with
even
that,
more
Big Dave.
nervous. Oh
I'm
my
good
gosh,
with
that
that
would make me even more nervous.
But then I couldn't yell at her if all of a sudden she like capped my hair right here or something.
Look, one time, seriously,
Did she? Wait, she tried to blame this on me.
No, I didn't.
To tell the story, you did. You were like,
one time.
Look at what you did.
No, I didn't. One time I was doing the back with the little thing going up, and
razor.
I got too close on one. Like you're supposed to hold it a certain way or something, and anyway, I got too close and.
She gapped me up.
It was shorter than the rest, and I'm like, "How do you do that with a guard on it?"
It was like,
it was just a little bit deeper than the other side.
Hey, John said, "Go for a bowl cut. Go old school. Let's go old '90s school and just cut it, just bowl cut it all the way around."
And see, then when I go up and have to stop, then I'm like, I'm not going to be able to blend it in. To me, that's the hardest part is trying to get it blended in. But anyway, during quarantine.
Hey, Bryce, what's up, man?
During quarantine, when they shut all of the barber shops down, he was like, you have to cut my hair. And I was like, but I can't. I'm going to mess it up.
Yeah,
he was like, you have to cut it. So I did watch some YouTube videos. What does it say?
She said, you mostly wear,
well, in his profession, he can't wear hats. So.
Oh, well, you can't really mess it up too much.
Yeah, actually, I can.
Nah.
Then you can just shave
Cindy.
it, but still.
I thought about wearing a hat tonight because it was
Rehab Life said my wife cut my hair just once. See, he makes me do it again, and I'm like, but I don't want to because it makes me so nervous. Every time I get so nervous.
You would think that I would be the nervous one because it's my head, but I'm not nervous at all. I trust her. I actually think she did actually. She's did my hair, and then I've only went once.
Since quarantine.
Right. Since quarantine, or, since everybody shut down the world, I went one time, and it's been about 3 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, because I was
so they went up on the price, and I'm always like, I'm not paying for a haircut. That is absolutely crazy pandemonium. I'm a cheapskate. I've yet to figure out how a haircut could cost so much. So then when I went to get a haircut, she was like, she made the comment. She said, "Who's been cutting your hair?" I said, "Actually, we've cut it. My wife cut it, and it's done great." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She said, "Well, we're just going to do a little fade, little cut." And I said, "Well, for me, I'm always like, if I'm paying you, I want you to cut as much as you can because I want to get what I paid for." But anyway, she cut it. She cut it, and then It was like 5 minutes. She's like, okay, I'm all done. And I couldn't figure out what she actually cut. I couldn't tell. So I
To
told
be
Misty, I said,
honest with
I'm not
you,
coming back. She's my new beautician.
he can't see
our
the back of his
hairstylist.
head, but to be honest with you, my fading really was better.
Told you.
I told him that when he walked in. I said,
Told her.
oh my goodness, your hair. I need to do something with that.
I know. So
actually, my fading actually really was better.
I told you. You should just go ahead and cut it all down.
But it still makes me a nervous wreck.
All right. So in next few videos, you'll see me in long hair, and I better have short hair after the weekend.
Good luck with that.
She does have to wear her glasses or her contacts because that might be a little dangerous with that.
Yeah.
Your fade line will.
No, I can see up close. I just can't see far away.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. How did we get on that? I don't even know how we got on that. Hey, watch the Quarantine Hair Don't Care video.
Yeah, it was called Quarantine Hair Don't Care. It was pretty cute.
Yeah, it was fun. Aiden don't like it. His mama cutting his hair, but it don't bother me a
He
bit.
goes to Nanny's and it's like, Nanny, you have to cut my hair. And she'll listen to him. She won't listen to anybody else though.
Rehab life, man, you should have shaved. I shaved and then I said, yeah, I'm not shaving it again. I look like a baby, so I said, I'm not going to do that.
We've actually, some of my old tapes that like were on
Yeah.
the old huge video cameras where you like put the tapes down in there and stuff. I know they don't even make those kind anymore because they're all with cards and stuff, with SD cards and stuff. But anyway, I had some from like 2004, and then I had some from 2004 all the way up until 2015.
I don't know. It's right when we quit started using our phones.
2013, because it stopped working. And I had a lady that lives down the road from me. She converts those tapes to DVDs because the problem was the recorder that I used years and years ago. When you put the tapes in there, it would come on and everything, but the screen was touch screen. So in order to get it to play,
yell it to you.
VHS.
Big. Look like you're with a movie camera.
So it was the smaller little compact tapes, but anyway, I would have to use the touch screen to get it to play on the TV, and the screen was broke, so we had no way. Yeah, so they're like these little kind. So I had no way to play them back, and we were really bummed out about that. So I found out anyway. A lady down the road from me,
ours is 15, Miss Mary.
She would convert them. So it was hilarious because I got her to do all the tapes for me, and
no, Miss Kathy.
We were playing some, and Harley and even Aiden was like, "Daddy looks like a baby." I was like, "Have I aged that bad?" You know, because they were saying that you have, but I was like, "Have I aged that bad?"
I did. I still look like a baby if I shave. Missy actually used to like me shave. Now she don't care. She's like, oh, just whatever. Just whatever. Just whatever you want to do. What's up, Stivers? How are y'all? Yeah, so on top of the crazy pandemonium, you've seen a lot of videos lately. The grass is doing really good through all this rain. So our new pastures are looking great. We have again a terrible video tomorrow, but we have some really cool news coming. It's
not a terrible video.
Well, no, it's a great video. You need to watch it. But it's real life. It's real life,
yeah. And it's another one of those tough ones. Yeah. Like one of those things where y'all just have to watch it.
I feel like I hope we don't become the Debbie Downer show. You know, like
I feel like it's just real life. Like I went out today and one of the hens was like not moving, and I'm like.
Hey, that's one of those freedom rangers. They're crazy, so we don't even want to talk about them. No, but tomorrow's a real life video.
Too bad you didn't have that video going when I was getting that rooster today.
Yeah, hey,
I did like a slide.
I got to tell you about this. Y'all. Yeah, so I know Stivers always have a funny story for the videos. We really don't for our lives, but Misty, we hate, and Big Dave, you know this. We hate our chickens. We just don't like chickens, especially the Freedom Ranger. So one of the Freedom Ranger got out today, like twice. Yeah. So it's one of the roosters, and it's right next to where we just planted the tomatoes and the basil and marigolds. And all of a sudden we have a bee swarm. We found a bee swarm right there beside them too. So we're kind of trying to do all this and get this chicken hen. Well, if you don't know anything about a Freedom Ranger and a rooster, they are the fastest chicken
oh my heavens
in the world. They're so fast. So Misty was like, we can't, we got to corner this chicken. And this chicken is notoriously getting out all the time. So it's like, we can't ever get it in a corner.
I don't know. It just found a little like, I don't know why.
Yeah, the hole was like this big and the chicken's like this big. How in the world?
I don't know how it was able to get out. I guess because the fence, when it got tossed, I guess I didn't really pay attention. Yeah, I guess I didn't pay attention to the top pieces, which now ended up on the bottom.
Hey, Tootie.
So it got out.
Thank you. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Hey.
I was just saying it got out through that little hole.
So then, yes, I need a fishing net. I'm buying one. I am buying one, Miss Penny.
We show is. That's our next purchase.
I'm going tomorrow to get one. Well, anyways, Misty is like, she said, unless we get it in the corner, we can't get this chicken.
Because they're so fast.
And I'm in like a bee suit because I'm fixing to catch the swarm because I don't want to lose the swarm. So I said, okay, let's just try to push them up there. We were trying to do tons of stuff before it goes dark. So I said, we got to get this chicken in too. Hey, Beth. So then, like, it knows that we're trying to corner it, and it turns around and just like dodges us. It like jives.
It's like if you watch those NFL guys, and
he's
they're like
the best
everywhere.
He's like the best wide receiver ever and best running back ever. Like he jukes us, and we like jump and miss it.
We don't watch NFL, but we have in years past.
Miss Max, like at this point, she's really red. She's throwing stuff. She's kicking stuff. No, I'm joking. She's really not. That's probably me. But she was actually getting very upset with this chicken. So then she's like, we're getting this chicken. So then we grab it, and Miss Mac lets it go. She can't get a good grasp on it.
No, that was the second time. The first time I slid down the front heel and I got the sucker. Then we didn't know where he was coming out.
She missed her step the first time. But then she was like, I'm not missing him next time. And she like crow hopped this thing tackled a bird.
I even fell on it. So because we were on a hill and I lost my footing.
So the running back got tackled at the 1 yard line. She took that mother out. So I
actually didn't mean to fall on it, but I was reaching for it and I was going so fast. I literally.
She better be glad she got it because if I'd have got it, like,
and then the next time is when I only got his back feathers and he got away from me. But then we got him again. And
I know we're yelling the whole time. We're like, "Where's the camera? This is the perfect time." So then she gets it like in a headlock and then takes it back to the.
But then that time I didn't release it until I knew where it was coming out of.
And man, it got out again. So, anyways, it was crazy. And then we caught some bees. So we did have a good day.
Chicken wrestling.
It was chicken wrestling.
I didn't mean to fall on it really, but
she put it in a headlock though. She was getting it. She's like, I ain't letting it go.
If y'all notice where our house is, there's a bunch of big drop-offs, like especially right out the front door going into like where the meat birds are. And that's where he was running around.
We live in a swamp, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, we had to build our house up so high. So that's why that big, that big, Colby's daddy calls it Mount Everest out there. But we were on that because he kept coming towards the house and I was going so fast and we were on that hill and I just lost my footing. But I was going after him and I just happened to fall on him.
Yeah, we had like Popsy chicken tonight, chicken and dumplings last night, chicken spaghetti. So we were enjoying our chicken. I even ate a salad and put chicken on it because I was like, I'm just mad. I don't even want to see a chicken. So we had chicken like 4 times the last 2 days over these things. So we got it caught though. I'm gonna laugh tomorrow. It's gonna be looking at us laughing, saying, "I got out again, fool."
Oh, you better not. I found the soul.
Oh goodness. So at least we got it back in. That's the main thing.
No, she's not.
He's about to.
You can just go. You want to play? I know. Hey, so we don't do a lot of the new like game system stuff, but we do the Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Our kids have got addicted to like 1990. Super Nintendo games that has the worst graphics in the world. There's no 3D; it's all 2D. But we love it, and so they fell in love with it. So now they play these little games that have no purpose whatsoever. When
I would rather them playing that than those internet games because I don't like those.
Yes, everybody says they're the best. Hey Keith, what's up, man? Hey Lotus Blossom, I think we missed y'all coming in.
I don't think we have had any problems with.
But we're not sharing. I don't think we're sharing. She's talking about the Miss Kathy and Granny Karen doing posts. You know, we're actually moderators on like several people's page, but we're the worst moderators. Have you ever noticed that?
We are. I mean, we can't like get to stuff.
We're not
so
as cool as
fast.
Grammy Karen and Miss Kathy, and even the Stivers. Like every time, I'm always like, I want
Try
to
to
be
get
that.
to it.
I want to be that person that hides a comment or like seems like we're doing something.
We never
But I
can.
feel like a loser every time we're on as a
I'm gonna
mod
be-
job.
I don't know when the last time you've watched a live is. Y'all, I wish I could tell you. Like even tonight, we were discussing: are we going to have enough time to sit down for an hour and just sit? Because that's just the story of our lives right now.
It's been nuts.
And that's why we were about 3 minutes late because I was trying to like wash dishes and get stuff in the dishwasher and get the counters wiped off. And I'm not one that can throw my dishes in the sink at night and be
We're
like,
OCD.
oh, I'll just get to them in the morning.
We
Like
can't.
I have to have my kitchen clean, organized, because if I don't, it builds up on me.
Thank you,
And
Grammy
I
Karen.
get so far behind, then it's not even. Then the whole place is not even functional. So I have to do it, or it's just not functional.
We agree, Ashley. Yeah, I'm just glad y'all are good moderators because we're terrible.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry if we're a moderator for you. I'm so sorry. If we're your last hope, I'm
Penny
sorry.
says me too, Misty. Yeah, I mean it's just, I would love to. My personality isn't
We're
like
OCD.
that
We can't
anyway.
do that.
But I would love to just be able like, oh, I'll just get to it in the morning. But because I'm feeding 7 mouths 3 meals a day, which I didn't have to cook today, for lunch, but still it's a pile of dishes. Even if I don't cook, it's a pile of dishes. And if I don't get to them in a timely manner, then my whole kitchen just, you can't even function in it because it's so many dishes.
Miss Kathy said, you mind for me, but I'm just glad to see you on there. Hey, we want to always get y'all and help get those people off there. We can't do it. Rip, Super Mario 3 is the jam. Super Mario 1, does anybody ever play Super Mario 2? You hardly ever hear about it. I actually like Super Mario 2. It's where, he stands on the mushroom and throws it. But that game's never available. You can't hardly find it. So Super Mario 3 is awesome.
Salem wants me to tell y'all that one of the first videos we turned on from the recorder was we had a fundraiser at our church years and years ago, and the kids thought this was the funniest thing ever. There was a womanless beauty pageant, and Colby and some of his friends and their pop was in the womanless beauty pageant, and they were rolling on the floor laughing at the video. So she wanted me to tell y'all that her daddy was in a womanless beauty pageant.
I'm ugly, man. I was even an uglier woman, so.
Well, actually, you don't know this because you weren't inside, but you actually won second place.
Did I really? There must have been really ugly people there that day. I don't even remember that.
I just did.
Rehab Life, I like the original Super Mario, but I like Super Mario 3 the best. Fun times. We have the original NES and N64 and the Super Nintendo, and plays Mario like the hubby is a geek. We like the Super Nintendo. The NES gives me stress and heart attack because you take it out, you blow it, you put it back in, it doesn't work, blue screen, then you take it out, put it back in, then you have to reset it. That's the ones that like you have to pray and say Bible verses before you start playing them. So
the Super Mario on that was my favorite.
I like the Super Nintendo. That's my favorite.
When will you start back on the fence?
Where the tractor got stuck. Okay, so a few things about our fence. So we actually
our house was almost under
Catching Up the Walkers.
last week.
Donkey Kong is my jam. Donkey Kong 3, I think is what it is. We've got a piece of that fence done. We're trying to do a perimeter fence. That's what that actually is, where the tractor got stuck. But it's been raining so hard. So like right now we would have to boat. We would literally have to boat where I got that tractor stuck, or where I didn't get the tractor stuck. Where the other guy got the tractor stuck, I'd have to boat in there to put that fence up.
Yeah.
We got the post all up. All the posts are done, and all the T-posts are done.
Today was super nice, and tomorrow is supposed to be super nice and sunny, but it's supposed to start raining again Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Beth Nichols, I loved playing the Atari. It had no purpose other than 2 little dots trying to keep a ball in a black space and playing asteroids, but that was like the funnest games in the world. See, you might tell everybody that doesn't work anymore.
They don't know what you're talking about.
I know, I was telling you. Y'all got snow tonight. Kelly got snow tonight. Could you imagine getting snow?
Mm-mm. No, I'd be crying because I have thoroughly enjoyed the sunshine. I
Hey,
went
Haley.
out and planted some. What did I plant today? Zinnias and
I can't remember what you planted. Was it
I
chamomile?
cannot remember. No, I took the chamomile out to plant it and didn't. Mine, she said, I am crying. Snow is finished here. I hope so.
Hey, Delightful Cottage.
I was able to get some flowers.
Hey,
So I'm
Bagel
trying to
Egg.
remember. I planted zinnias and then I planted, I can't remember what else. It's in the greenhouse, but I can't remember what it was.
Flows Blossom, please don't tell me that. We actually are supposed to have another bad storm come through Friday night.
I have to go get Libby.
She sounded crazy just then.
I've had some rough nights with her.
So we have a bad storm supposed to be coming through
Friday
and Saturday.
Again.
So it's like it just never stops
I
here.
will take the rain. I just don't want flooding and lightning and I'll take the rain. Fine with the rain.
The rain's actually
But
made our grass looks good in our pasture.
Yeah, our grasses do look really good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the storms are killing me right now. And just so y'all know, we actually have we move all our animals. Y'all know that. We believe naturally they will be taken care of. And all the situations that you've seen so far are stuff that, I mean, you just can't help. I mean, there's nothing, you can't help lightning strikes and tornadoes. We had an EF4 come through. That's actually what that was.
It was down the road from us. And we were getting the winds off of that. It was probably, about 2 miles away? 3 miles away.
Yeah, it jumped over our main highway is what it did, and we caught the one side of it.
Yeah.
So that was the EF4 that came through. But we are putting a barn up that's going to be a covered, kind of like a hay barn, but it's going to be a covered and have little. What am I trying to say?
Something we've been talking about it forever. It's not
It's got
something
stalls in it. I'm sorry, I couldn't get that out.
It's not something that we were like.
Hey, runway, excuse me.
Super excited about spending the money. But it is an investment I think we have to have at this point. If we're going to tend the land and we're going to have animals on the just when we get in that kind of weather, they have to have somewhere. I mean, there's just a structure. I mean, it's great that we're able to rotate them and stuff like that and for them to stay on the grass. But when we get that kind of weather, it's our responsibility, we feel like, to provide them with more than the structures that they have rotating. So a more
permanent place. And it's not going to be,
say like sturdy, but like a good, strong structure for them to be able to go into and stay safe.
And the thing is, we're not going to keep them. It will literally be less than 24 hours in most cases because we're just moving them in for the night, for that security, and then moving them right back out. We have little barns on the property, but because we have so many animals, to try to get them all moved in those little barns would be impossible. This is going to be a pretty nice sized barn. Yeah. So we're actually building a pole barn, kind of like y'all have seen in another video at the big barn, but then we're going to start closing it up piece by piece. When you think about lumber and all, it's going to be
a really long process. I mean, from start to finish, the kind of wood that I want to use, we can get pretty easy, and
sawmill wood.
It is very, very, very structurally thick. So I'm thinking that it'll be good for the animals, and it's like I said, it's not something we've talked about it. It's not something that we just wanted to jump in and tackle right now, but we just feel like it's our responsibility that we have to do something for them. That if we're going to be here and we're going to be doing this and we're going to be taking care of them, we have to provide something for them, especially during those type storms that we had. And I wish y'all could have seen. I mean, just it's hard to explain it. And even looking out the window, it's just
I've never seen the last 3 storms. I've never seen storms like that.
I've never seen lightning like that. Like in one of those storms, it lightened so much for so many hours.
When I was milking,
it was just crazy.
When I was milking, there was a part where I really said, I don't need to be out here. I mean, this is dangerous.
When me and you went out that night in the middle of the night, we didn't need to be out in that. And I guess that's what I'm saying is things like that. If we have them secured in a stall, in a strong structure, we won't have to worry about them. And we won't have to be going out saying, are the nets down? Is anybody out? Is everybody okay? You know, we won't have to do that because we'll know that they're okay.
Two things. I see 3 or 4 people asking about Trump. Trump is doing phenomenal. He is
has
actually
turned the corner.
completely back to his normal self. He, I think he was just down, but now he
was depressed.
He's back. He's back, kind of being the leader of the. He's the boss. So he was back. He's bellowing like he always has, taking care of the girls.
Runs after us when we go out there. He's back to his normal self.
And what's kind of cool is he's kind of stepped in, and he's really close to Minnie. Not Minnie, Minnie's baby, which is Clarabelle, his baby. But if you watch him, whereas Daisy's baby, which is Layla, stays with her right under her always. Minnie's baby, which is Clarabelle, is kind of just hanging with Trump. They just kind of hang out together, and he almost kind of sits and he just watches over all 3 of them. They kind of sit in front of him, so he's back to himself. We're very pleased with that. So
yes.
Thank y'all for asking.
We were so thankful for that because I mean, you know, here we were. Our weather had just been taken off, and I think that was his main downer, honestly. I think he was kind of upset about that because he was like, where's my buddy? You know, they bumped heads and kind of ran around together. And then the storm come through, and I think, honestly, that scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
I think it was scary for us inside, much less.
Well, through their shelter and just I mean,
y'all saw that. If y'all didn't, you go back and watch the video. It literally threw the shelter completely across the road and just destroyed it. It just demolished it and hit her on the way out. It had to hit her on the way out because of the laceration and the pooling of the blood, that she was blue on one side.
And we didn't show that on the video, but Misty at first she just didn't know, and none of us did. But once we actually went and actually looked at her,
the main thing I noticed when I first went out is her abdomen looks really big and she's really swollen in her bottom, but I couldn't think of why she would be like that. And then when Colby went out to actually, we had to wait a little while before we could get out there and get everything taken care of. When Colby actually got to get out and pull her out, that's when he noticed she's got a cut on her back and she was completely blue. So putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, the shelter must have hit her on its way out and either broke her back and caused her to bleed out, or hit an internal organ and caused her to bleed out on the inside. And for him to, of course, see that and realize, you know, she's not here anymore, it affects them too. It really does. Sheep are very emotional creatures anyway. So I think all of that was just too much for him. And y'all, when I tell y'all he was super depressed, he stood in one spot. He really wouldn't move. He would not eat for days. So we were really worried that he was just going to get himself down and get so sick that he wouldn't recover. But he glad to announce that he is doing great. So that was a good of all of it. We sorry y'all. We kind of threw around the idea of maybe getting a weather to put back in there with him. But we're just kind of at the point where after y'all watch tomorrow's video, y'all will realize I think we've had too much happen over the past few days that we're just kind of like ready to just put a pause on things for right now.
Hey, Karen.
Take a breath. We have taken a major loss on the farm. I would be willing to say between all, it'd be about $3,000 now altogether.
This video tomorrow, and I'm not gonna try to bomb it. This out of all the videos you've seen, tomorrow's video cost us the most.
Yeah.
That y'all see. So we actually had we had a chance to pick up the weather, like Misty said, and we're not still saying it's a no go. It's just we're just really probably saying no right now, because
we just feel like we've been punched in the gut one too many times. And, you know, it's kind of like you get to that point where you work your tail off and then you look out and you're like, a loss here, a loss here, a loss here, a loss here. And then you're just like, you know, I don't want to keep investing. So I think that's why we were like dead set. Okay, the barn is a must. It's a have to. Like we don't have an option. We don't really want to invest that kind of money, honestly. But it's just a no-brainer. I mean, it's one of those things where we feel like it's a great need. We really need that for our animals. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It'll be a long, kind of a long process.
Y'all know we have one big barn, but the big barn that we have now is for it's not really conducive for animals. It's more of a shed barn for tractors and stuff like that. Y'all know,
Right.
y'all seen that one. Big Dave, you know, our property, everything that we do moves around pretty frequently. So this will be.
We had a huge discussion about that today.
Yeah. So where we're gonna put it, and Misty kind of decided, kind of the final step in that was, we were going to put it in the grassy sheep area that we really like. We think it actually would look good there. But Missy had a good
It's to the
point.
side of the pond, if y'all remember where the pond is.
So it's centrally located. It's kind of right in the middle of our property. So instead of putting it by the sheep and by the entrance of our property in the hayfield, or even by the
Drops
bees,
family, it's like everything.
we just decided to put it by the lake.
Everything.
So it's going to be by the corn and soybean fields, if you remember where those are in the second set of bays.
Cindy. We have a central area in our home that has one door and no windows, and that's where we go if there's a storm.
What's so crazy is we believe that, you know, that the grand solar minimum, I know a lot of people talk about it, but we're just getting the cooler weathers that we've never gotten before, and then we're getting more storms like we never gotten before. We were having this barn already ordered, and it was kind of ordered before all this damage, but we were worried about hurricane season. I mean, that's what we were worried about, and then all of a sudden we started having these kind of situations in spring. How about you, Hank? Hey, man, look at this. This guy has got a gray box around it with a check.
We missed his
Hank, you are so cool
tonight. I saw it come across and I wanted to get on it so bad, but I was washing dishes and cleaning up after the kids and giving baths. But we got to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
I know that
he's
was
got a
so
check now,
cool.
so congratulations to 100,000, man.
Legit.
And of course, congratulations to Stivers the other day for hitting 50,000, which now they're probably well over that.
Yeah.
Hank, congrats though, man. We were trying to get it, but between hay moving and family, it was just not happening.
Well, Colby was working outside. We went to church and come home, and it's like, throw the kids in the bath, shove some food down their throat, and get cleaned up as fast as you can.
Hey, by the way, Hamptonville Farm, Hank, if you'll share Gina's channel. Gina has a new channel dealing with the black blossom. I think it's Black Blossom Farm Flower Barn. Hey, Hank, share your wife's new channel. She's going to share the flower garden side of what they do. So we're new subscribers, so we're excited about that.
I had a beautiful flower growing the other day, and I was like, "Hey, Colby, send that to
Hank
and see if he'll see if Miss Gina knows what that is. I need to know what kind of flower that's growing."
Hey, I know permapastures. You need to take that stuff back to North Carolina because it is way too chilly down here in the South. So.
Oh yeah, we're excited about them coming.
Yeah, so we have a surprise guest coming tomorrow, and y'all will see some video when you have a permapastures farm is down in our neck of the woods. So they're coming to see us tomorrow. But I'm telling you what, it's going to be cold tomorrow. They're actually saying it's going to be colder tomorrow and Friday before that storm comes in.
Oh goodness, that's very unusual that it's cold before. It usually comes after.
Hey, and let's see. Gosh, see, Miss Kathy, I wish we could be as cool as you on this this moderator thing. So good job, Miss Kathy.
She is the bomb.
Thanks. Yeah, Big Dave, we're trying to grow. Hopefully we'll keep on growing. Actually, Hank is one of our mentors, so we always bounce ideas off him, and he tries to help us too. So, but thank y'all for supporting us as well. So.
Grammy Karen said, "You are famous."
I know we were bragging on the mods a while ago, Hank, because we're never that cool. We stink at moderating.
We try. We just subscribe to Gina's channel.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So you'll see again just another realistic video tomorrow, and then we have some good videos coming up Friday. We received a box again from a fellow YouTuber, and we talk about that a little bit. And we have a surprise birthday party for Aiden. So we have a birthday party coming up for Aiden. You'll see a little video on it. So, and we're going to ask y'all to help us on that video. So, Drop said they're a family. They're a lousy mod too, so join the club. Hey Leslie, how are you? Big Dave, anytime, man. We're pretty much always here. When you have a milk cow, we don't have a chance to really leave.
You don't. You know, we've done. This is what we've done. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Kelly. That's the main thing.
Three farm tours in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, man, we've done some farm tours, a lot of farm tours, and we're speaking at an event Saturday. So, wait, no, let me go back. I told Misty she's supposed to speak the event. I'm just supposed to be there to support because, you know.
Actually, I'm gonna have the baby, so you're gonna have to do the.
So you see that? So that's what it is. So, hey, Rebecca, how are you?
It's so much easier to get behind the camera, and then you can go back and edit. You're like, oh, I sounded stupid in that. Take that off.
Hey, I literally said, Misty, what are we going to talk? I mean, we need to make sure we have a game plan, and we've done these before, but we always try to change it a little bit because we don't want to be like a broken record, you know, and say the same old, same old. So I said, Misty, what are we going to say? She said, I don't know what you're going to say, but I'm going to sit holding the baby. So.
No, seriously, it is. They are usually always a lot of fun, and this it's a local nursery here, and they've been doing Saturday seminars, is what they call it. They do them in March and April, and they have a few more after us to finish out April, and it's a lot of fun. They do everything from canning to like flower stuff to garden stuff to animal stuff to.
We'll be at Buds and Blooms on Saturday, Tootie.
Yeah, and what else? Oh, bee stuff, because it all ties together with your local nursery stuff. Fruit, they had last year they had a guy from LSU come up and he was a professor there in their
Runaway, thanks, man.
And he was a professor there in that, I don't know what would you call it? In the whole he was kind
of like their extension guy for the
but he was a professor there, but I don't know in what area, agriculture, maybe
fruit trees.
Yeah, he specialized in fruit trees. I don't know what it's actually called. Like, I don't know what the professional term would be, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, like he was one last year, but it all ties back to their nursery, because whether you're using animals to fertilize your ground to plant stuff, or whether you're using bees to pollinate different things, whether you're using you grow your food up to can it. I mean, they tie in so much stuff. It's really, really cool.
People are mesmerized by what we do, and it kind of blows people's mind. So what happens is a lot of these people do conventional farming and conventional gardening. So South Mississippi is arborist. There you go. Drops. Thank you. We're stupid. I'm sorry. So anyways, a lot of people in our area, you know, conventionally till, conventionally fertilize, and conventionally grow their beef and their cows and all that. So when people hear about our story, they're like, man, those kids, they're so stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They'll learn one day. Well, then it actually starts working, and people are like, man, that's pretty cool. Come back and, you know, tell us about it. And all we're doing is going back and doing things that we did back in the, you know, the Depression days and a little bit after that. Yeah. So I always tell people, not that I hate the term.
They said I Googled it.
I don't hate the term homesteading at all, but that's such a broad term. So we always call ourselves, you know, regenerative ag, or we talk about sustainability, or we're sustenance farmers, because we really want people to understand our goal is to grow stuff for ourselves and make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So
yeah. But it is really cool. The last couple that was able to come through and walk on the farm, they were a local couple. They're building multiple raised beds. They raise pigs. And yeah, they really want to grow. They've done meat birds before. But they were really interested in.
Bacon leg, you can get 2 different types. I'm sorry.
They have seen our different videos on our tarps, which they thought was really cool. They'd seen a video on our smokehouse, which they wanted to learn more about. Learning seeds. They were more interested in wanting to learn more about seed keeping and things like that. So it was kind of cool that they were just able to come and walk around, and we were kind of show them the way we do things, and it's not the typical way, I guess, of most people around here do. And even the tour before that was a lot of tarp teaching, weed, you know, how to Colby nailed it. I never really thought about it when you talked about this area is to grow grass. This area should be set to grow vegetables. So when you tarp it and you're teaching it, you're training it not to just constantly grow grass. Hey, this is to grow vegetables. And it's such a simple way to think about it, but it's so true. But in our area, it's like you till up the ground, you plant something, you pick from it, you let it grow back up the next year, leave it alone, don't touch it again, and next year you go back out and till it out again, till it up again. And that's just what people do here. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that works for you and that's the way you do it, that's just not how we do it. That's for us, the tarps make sense because we want our garden to grow vegetables and not grass. We don't want to drain our soil, pulling the nutrients out to grow grass. We want to that soil to feed our vegetables and not grass. Pretty simple.
Hey, okay, bagel egg. When it comes to fruit, I'll make sure I say my thing. It creeps, it sleeps, and it. What's the third? Okay, so it's a 3-year farming. I mean, fruit trees tend to go the 3rd year. You'll start doing production usually. So the first year they say it. Gosh, y'all probably know better than us, but we better ask an arborist. But I think it sleeps the 1st year, then it creeps the 2nd year, and then it rhymes, but I can't remember. But the whole purpose is it starts really producing.
When the SpongeBob can get some love, that's funny.
I know. I need to start using that one. I just use my little white one right now. No, it's not reaps. Hey, somebody knows that. I know it's a little saying everybody knows. So let's see. Somebody might say it though. Hey, Sean Alaska. I know one was on this side saying this one hit that one and that one hit this one. So drops. Our plum tree is blowing and going, so we have really enjoyed it for sure. Family Roots Farm, can you do more videos on handling raw milk? Sure, we don't mind doing that at all. We believe in raw milk. We believe it's actually something that, man, it's so vital to our farm. Family Roots, that's a great, how long it lasts and things to do with it.
That's a great video idea. Handling raw milk from cow to table.
So we'll tell you a little bit about it.
That's a good video idea.
We don't have time to talk about it right now, but we will make a video on that. That's a good point there. Blitz, we are in the South. We are in Southwest Mississippi. Hey, Christopher, what's up? Thanks, man, so very much. We just got our first jersey. Congratulations, Family Roots Farm. Hey, I want to tell you this. Congratulations for staying on your farm for the rest of your life and never having a break.
Don't tell them that.
I'm just going to be honest and be real with you. No.
Find somebody that can come in and help you. Once you start milking, unless you're planning on letting her
Blackburn
dry up,
Blossom. Same Gina, how are you?
Just ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. Our kids were like, where are we going at the end of the year in? And we don't have our bull right now. You know, we sold our bulls and we have our rented one coming in. And I was like, nah. Kelly, good job. Sleeps the 1st year, creeps the 2nd year, and leaps the 3rd year. That was so easy. I used to remember that.
I'd be like,
y'all rock. We're stupid.
Our plum tree.
Look, everybody's saying leaps now. Thank y'all.
It took our plum tree 5 years to really blow up. And I have taken some cuttings from it because I said,
we're going to try to clone it.
I ain't paying $42 for another tree because that's
cheapskate. What you said to me.
$43. That's a
ripoff. That is a lot.
That is a ripoff. I just can't do it. Plus shipping. So anyway, I went and found some root hormone. I did have somebody tell me locally that they have had success with that. However, I have not ever used it, and I didn't know anybody else personally that have ever tried it. So this it was somebody that come and toured our farm, and they said, "Look, you need to just try it." So I was like, I would much rather pay $12 for a bottle and try it than pay $43 for a plant.
Sean Alaska, you can keep being the chicken wrangler. I don't want to be the chicken wrangler anymore.
We are definitely getting a net. Mr. Hank,
thanks, Hank
you
and
so
Gina.
much.
We appreciate y'all so very much, man. Let's see.
We are getting a net.
Thank you so much.
I literally, when you see the the baseball player sliding across the field, like that's what I look like. Sliding across the field after that chicken.
She did. She dove after it.
I can't believe I didn't hurt myself.
Christopher, when do you think the meat birds are ready? How old are they? They are 9 weeks.
Probably.
Around 9 weeks. I know
We're
a lot of people
gonna give them
say.
about another 3 or 4.
Yeah, we're going to try to grow ours a lot bigger this time. We did last time around 9 to 10 years. I know some people do 8 years. 8 weeks. We're going to try to get bigger.
Well, and the thing about it is we use organic, non-GMO feed,
which tends to be a lot less.
a slower growth.
Yeah.
But we personally, in our opinions, would rather have a better quality feed that doesn't buff them up. I guess like steroids would somebody going to the gym. We'd rather have a
Thanks, all your family.
Know what we're
That means
feeding
a
our
lot.
birds, healthier, because we're ultimately going to be eating those birds. So it will take us a little bit longer to grow them up, and it will cost a little bit more to grow them.
Turn that down.
But we know what we're eating. And we
Definitely.
know that they're not going to be GMO birds. Otherwise, we could just go buy them at the store.
All right, so we've got a set of Freedom Rangers, and then we have a set of Cornish Cross. The Freedom Rangers we hate with a passion. We hate them.
They're literally crazy. Y'all, I'm telling you, I have 4 or 5 roosters and probably 5 or 6 hens. And yes, we have them in a small pen because I had to get them out of my hen house. They were killing my hens. They killed 3 of my hens in there. And I understand they're meat birds. They weigh probably 5 pounds more than my laying hens do. And this is the thing about it though. When one rooster jumps on one hen, every one of them does. And it's like they find one and they won't get off of her. And the other one, I told you. So 2 they've damaged, and I was able to pull them out in enough time that they're okay. Another Freedom Ranger though, they have jumped on her and stayed on her so much that they literally killed her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And she's the same size as they are.
They're just crazy.
They're the same size.
They're
they
nuts.
are crazy. We will never. I know some people. I read a post the other day.
Oh, people love them.
Some people were putting pros and cons about Cornish Cross versus Freedom Rangers. For us, they have been a nightmare all the way around. We don't like them. They're constantly finding a way to get out, and they are mean. They're just mean.
That's why Misty, when she jumped on it, I thought she was going to just put it in a bear hug and just hold it real tight. Chokehold.
They're just mean. They're mean to the hens. They're gang bangers. They gang up on them, and I just literally I pulled 3 out. Ended up having to pull the chicken shawl in the front yard. That's classy. Right in the front yard.
Not only do we have 1 set of chickens in our front yard, we have 3 sets of chickens in our front yard.
So I put it in the front yard, and I just had to get in there and pull all the hens and put the hens by themselves because I told Colby if I don't, then they're going to keep picking on one, and they stay on them, y'all. And literally 2 have no feathers on the back, and their head, they were bleeding from their head. But I called them in enough time. The other one, by the time I had gotten out there, she couldn't walk. And I told Colby, I was like, she's going to die. And she did. The next morning, she was dead.
All right, a few things. Kelly, you're right. Rangers are supposed to be free. They are free, and they were free, but they tended to jump out of their nets a lot more.
We gave them
the opportunity
plenty of space
to run.
And when they kept getting out, we said, okay, you've got
tearing our stuff up.
Right. We had okay, this is why they're in the pen that they're in. They were in our shocker knot fence. Hot fence.
It was just a joke. No, it's completely honest. They want to be free.
They really do.
Hey, Cheryl.
And they were in the fence. We moved them around, and then they kept getting out. They kept jumping out. We clipped their wings. They still get out. They were constantly finding a way to get out. Last fall, we got no harvest whatsoever. We got no lettuce. We harvested nothing because every time they would get out, guess where they would go? Right to my raised beds and eat everything. So then that's when we had to contain them and say, oh, well.
Yes, they tend to be ready at 15.
Can you separate the males and females? I did.
Tend to be 15 to 17 weeks. We've had them for a lot longer because we actually were going to try to raise them to make new.
They're dual purpose.
Yeah, to make a sustainable meat bird.
And they're huge, y'all. They will
Freedom
be,
Thug. That's right, Big Dave.
They will be
monster
beautiful
chicken,
birds. When we're done with them, they will be beautiful. But
Well-
we raised them up because we wanted to get eggs to hatch out. That was our intentions with them when we bought them, so that we wouldn't
They're looking for a
constantly
pot. You're right.
we wouldn't constantly be dependent on buying Cornish cross. Because
Right.
once we kill these Cornish off, guess what? Then we have to buy them again.
Yep.
We kill them off, guess what? We have to buy them again. So we wanted to break that cycle and say, here's this bird. We want to raise it up, let it lay, take its eggs, incubate the eggs, hatch them out. Here's our meat birds.
They ain't worth it.
And then repeat that process. So we're not buying meat birds.
Thanks,
we're producing
Christopher.
our own. That was our goal, but that's a negative.
Yeah. And the only reason we haven't butchered them yet, I know someone asked earlier, why have we not butchered them yet? The reason we haven't, because actually we were waiting to see if they'd lay. Then they started getting even more crazy. But then since there's only 15, for us to get everything out of
To butcher,
just 15, we're just gonna put them
trying
with
to
these.
wait. Yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah.
them together. We're gonna do the Cornish cross and the Freedom Rangers together.
All right, North Star Prep Center. We have a good video coming out on a hatchery. I think that they have talked to us about a lot of things too, and I think that's a good tip that they need to put in on the Freedom Rangers to understand what they're selling to folks, because the Freedom Rangers they like freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do.
We were not happy with them at all.
Yeah.
From them getting out and literally destroying everything that we planted. We could not keep them contained in just regular.
Clipping wings didn't work on them. I mean, it worked on them on the high stuff, but on a 4-foot typical
they
net,
could still get out.
They still get
so
out.
So then, even when we put them in the permanent fence, tell them what they would do. I mean, in the permanent coop with our laying hens, tell them what they do.
Well, they try to kill them.
No. What would they do when you open the door?
Oh, they'd run out.
They would try their hardest to run
you'd have
past
like 15.
You and get out.
You'd have like 15 of them, like trying to jump out the door. All 15
open the boxes to get the eggs. They'd be trying to.
They're
get
mischievous.
Out.
I'm telling
you. They're crazy. We will never own them again.
I'm telling you, it's just too much.
And then they killed my hens, and then now they're killing their own hens that are in there with them, and they're the same size. Well, they're not anymore.
Hey,
I took them out.
I saw someone say about the golden sex links. That's a good little layer breed. We had them for a long time, and they did good for us. We never had an issue. And the Orpingtons too, on the layer side.
Get a Cornish hen and a Plymouth rooster.
We thought about that too, because that's all it is it's just a hybrid version of that. However, it's just like, do we need more chickens? And if we also just get more that's more like heritage breed, where we're just stuck with a smaller breasted chicken, our kids and Misty don't like it so much. So that's why
we could try. We could try
done the bigger breasted animals. So.
Yeah, and like I said, they're going to be. Could you just butcher the roosters?
We can. It's just so much to get out. To do them all. I mean, we don't want to do them all at one time.
They're saying, and leave the hens to see if they would lay, and then we could get their eggs. But it's like raising them up again.
You'd have to have the roosters to have them fertile.
Yeah, unless you put them in with a different rooster, but then they wouldn't be pure. They would be a cross.
Yeah, now these are not the Red Rangers. These are the Freedom Rangers. So I know there's some different Ranger broilers. So there could be better breeds. This isn't. Now, if you're looking for a monster chicken, these are some monster chickens. I mean,
like I said,
you're going to have a 7 to 10 pound bird.
They are going to be a very, very nice sized bird, but they are a pain in the butt. They're our least favorite thing on the whole entire farm. We're ready for them to go. Like, if I could go do them tomorrow, I'd do them tomorrow. Get them off. I'm telling you, that rooster made me so mad. And then when we finally caught him, we threw him back in there. He went out that hole again. I was like, oh, no, sucker. I just saw where you come from.
Miss Kathy, there's been times that we've contemplated not doing certain things on farm to make it easier for us to be able to focus. However, we always go back and say, what if? What if we can't get that? And if we don't have it, is it too hard to try to figure out how to get it? So for us, we just say, we got to grin and bear it for a season and grow them up. It's like Cornish cross. I told myself, I said, that was going to be our only harvest this year. We were not going to do a second harvest because I was sick of chickens. But since we lost them, that's going to put me doing another set of chickens.
Oh, and the guy that was here on the tour, did I tell you this?
Oh,
they used to do chicken houses. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't. Yeah.
But he said, I was telling him about I was like, the only explanation is the ground was full of water. They were standing in it. Lightning was popping everywhere. It sent out electrical current. We looked out the window and half were dead. That was the only explanation.
See you, Big Dave.
And he said, I know it sounds crazy, but it does happen. He said, we actually had lightning hit one of their houses, and he said it killed about half of their birds too. He said, we have had it before too, where it literally electrocuted them and killed them.
Let's see. Kelly, how many layers do you have?
That was the craziest thing ever.
We have probably what, 20 layers right now?
Yeah.
Probably about 20
I'm
layers.
getting about 13 eggs a day now.
And then we get 13 eggs a day usually, and then of course our ducks are laying, turkeys are laying. And then what's so crazy is I got 50. I shouldn't even say this. It makes me feel terrible.
It makes me want to vomit.
We got 50 more layers coming because we ordered them back in January when ours were not laying because we were worried that we were going to lose all our birds due to some issue. Because y'all remember those videos. So we've got 50 birds that still have not arrived. They're going to be here like 2 weeks from now. And I'm thinking, why are we getting 50 more layers?
Yeah. Not including the ducks that I'm hatching out and the turkeys that I'm hatching out.
So we are absolutely stupid. So we're absolutely retarded and stupid. So pray for us because we need to eat a lot of chicken and dumplings. So.
Hey, I did make chicken and dumplings this week.
So the permaculture mobile, I've done told myself, I said, I'm going to park the permaculture mobile with these chickens as far away from the house. So that way if they're out, it won't matter. They'll be in their nets, be by the sheep and pigs.
Lena K from New Mexico said, so you did lose some in the storm, didn't you? Okay. The very first, we've had three major storms that have come through our area. Like they were back to back, week to week. So the very first week we had a storm come through and it flooded. Our whole front yard was full of water. Lightning was popping everywhere. After it passed, Colby comes home and says, why are the meat birds laying on the ground? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Aiden had just went out at lunch and fed and watered everything, and they were fine. Because I went out to help him so he could get done and get back in because I knew that storm was coming through. And half of them were dead. So, yes, we lost about half of them in that storm. And it had to have been lightning. Lightning hit the ground. And it sent out a current of the ones that were standing in that bit of water, and it killed them. And then the next major storm that come through, we had heavy winds, and the whole triangle got thrown. Their shelter was completely thrown hundreds of feet away, and on its way out. One must have been in the way because there was one outside of the net and it was dead. So yes, we lost that one too.
And that was the one with the sheep. And then we have one more bad storm that come through that actually you'll see a video on tomorrow.
Yeah. Major bummer. That was pretty tough.
Tomorrow's video. That was
wonder if you had a mini tornado down your home. Yes,
hey,
about
welcome.
2 or 3 miles.
Liverpool, thank you.
About 2 or 3 miles down from us, there was a confirmed tornado.
Yeah,
and we were we were right on the outside of that. So that's where the major winds come from in that storm.
We are over our time, and you see the girls, they like stand there and just watch because they're like, okay, it's time for them to get off.
You have had an hour of freedom. Now it's time to give us attention again.
So we've got to say goodnight to y'all. But hey, watch our video tomorrow. Again, I hate to tell you, it's a downer, but it's realistic.
Be prepared to bring your tissue.
Yeah, it's a realistic video, so you'll be able to see it tomorrow. Then hopefully we'll start having happy videos again. Like
I don't know if we can handle much more. I'm telling you.
Goodness. Thank y'all again for coming on tonight. It has been a fun night. We have talked about haircutting, Ataris and Nintendos. Did we ever get into farming? Thank y'all for coming on. God bless.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
She got it in.
Happy homesteading, y'all.